The small Slumber Island available in New Horizons 3.0 update is only 1 acre, and the large islands have things the others don't. Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. As you know, exactly a week ago today, Nintendo revealed the 3.0 update that's coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons early next year. This free content update is bringing with it a bunch of new content, new items, new facilities and features, including one from Luna herself, called Slumber Islands, but there are some limits to the island maps we can choose. So today we're breaking down everything you need to know about these awesome new island types, what their limits are, how they differ from normal maps, and some other tidbits you should definitely know. But first, please leave a like on the video and post small in the comments if you're excited to decorate a mini island. And let's get straight into today's video. Now jumping straight in, the Slumber Island feature from Luna offers us 3 extra islands, available in 3 different sizes, each with their own limitations. You can choose small islands, medium islands or large islands, but how small and how large are we actually talking here? Well, thanks to some super Photoshop scaling using the house and rocks that's totally 100% accurate with absolutely zero discrepancies, we know the small island is 1 acre, which is just adorable. If you were wondering how big an acre is, it's about 16 by 16 tiles, giving you at least 256 tiles of land to work with. Interestingly, it seems the sand to land ratio is about 50-50 on small islands. Anyway, before we get into the other sizes and how many acres they are, these small islands have some limitations and missing features you should know. These small islands have no docks and no rocks along the shore, with the exception of the ones along the north of the islands, of course. These small islands don't have a peninsula, which is the piece of land that stretches out to sea, and what's quite disappointing is no secret beaches. These particular islands are pretty much all land and beach, although you can choose an island with a river by default if you want, which would add a single river mouth to the east or west side of the beach. And finally, the slumber entrance to the islands, which we'll just call the port for now, is always central to the island. I think small islands are going to be incredibly popular, especially for challenges and things like that. Anyway, drop a comment if you like the idea of 1 acre islands. On to the next. The next size up available for Slumber Islands from Luna is of course medium. Things get a little more interesting with medium sized islands, but they still have their limitations. But first, how big is it? Well, using the same scaling process, which is totally 100% accurate by the way, we know medium islands are 2 by 2 acres, making it a 4 acre island, assuming we're only talking about the land and terraformable area of course. Anyway, the medium islands still have no dock, but they do have additional rocks along the beach, unlike the small islands, which means you can do some rock builds if you want. Again, the medium islands have no peninsulas and no secret beaches, and at least going by the trailer, it seems it's not possible to get a medium island without a river mouth, which means every medium map will have one. The options appear to give a river mouth on the east, west or southeast and southwest. What's more is because of these river mouths, the entrance or port isn't central on medium islands, and either next to the river mouths or on the same side as them. Interestingly, the medium islands also offer a map with a higher cliff, but this is basically irrelevant because we can completely terraform anyway. We do have some other things to discuss about the islands as a whole, and one pretty significant map limit, but first we have larger islands. The next size up available for Slumber Islands from Luna is of course large. Now something that may surprise you is that the large islands are full size islands, and based on my super scientific scaling method is exactly the same as our normal islands, and means it's actually 4 by 5 acres, making it a 20 acre island. I actually find this kind of weird given it's such a big jump from 1 and 4 acre islands, but I guess we would have been disappointed if we didn't get the option for full-sized Slumber Islands. Anyway, the large islands are almost identical to normal maps, except they still don't have a dock. You'll be pleased to know they do have both peninsulas and secret beaches though, which is really awesome. In fact, it seems we have the option to include them or not, because one of the large maps doesn't have a secret beach and another one has 2 peninsulas, which is really awesome. Once again, the beaches have rocks and every single large map includes 2 river mouths. Like normal islands, you can choose between an east and south river, a west and south river, or a double south river. This also means the islands are big enough to have the port central again on every large map. Personally, I love these 2 large maps because one's completely flat, ready for anything, and the other has equal cliff sizes, which I think will make for some unique layouts and builds. I can't help but think castle here. So in short, if you want a mouthless island, go with the small 1 acre map. If you want beach rocks for some reason, maybe for a lighthouse, and you don't want your bed port to be central, go with the 4 acre medium map. And if you want a secret beach, a peninsula, or a pre-flattened island, go with the 20 acre large map. Of course, we don't know for sure, but I imagine the 4 island layouts for each size island are predefined and likely the only options. Next up, we have a few caveats to mention regarding limitations to all the islands. As you'd expect for every island, whether they're small, medium or large, Luna's port is permanent and can't be moved, so bear this in mind when you're choosing your map. You also can't move beach rocks or river mouths as far as we know. It's worth mentioning, like normal islands, the cliffs and river designs are almost redundant because we can completely terraform them anyway. And finally, and this is just a guess here, but it's possible that your house on the Slumber Island is also permanent and can't be moved. Currently, all we know is that Lloyd can help with slopes and stairs, and unfortunately the house is always just outside and to the right of the port, which suggests it's always going to be there. But of course, we'll know for sure when the 3.0 update releases. Oh, and the trailer confirms bugs can be seen on Slumber Islands, but not a single fish can be spotted. Make of that what you will. If this video helped you out or you appreciate this super scaling science, be sure to post island in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include which size island you're going to build first. Is it going to be a small forest, a medium cottagecore island, or a large city? I'd love to know. Also, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see some mini island challenges on this channel in January, or if you're good with just the news. Your feedback is super appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.